So at the Aburi Accord, Ojukwu was prepared. He said, look, let's reduce tension. Let's allow each region operate fairly, semi-autonomously. Let's minimize unnecessary contacts that will bring pain and suspicion. It will still remain a country, could have our everything, our defense together. But Gowon agreed because he saw that we were going to save the nation from going to war, save the nation from crippling, and restore some peace. He agreed. They signed off.
At Aburi Accord.
Aburi. So Ojukwu came back and we all hailed and said, thank God we're staving off war, staving off this. A few days after that, Gowon now reneged. He had come, his permanent secretary, whatever, those they call super PAMSECs, and they confessed, people like Asiodu, people like the former Kenzo, the former Oba of Benin, they were super PAMSEC then. They said they reviewed what was agreed. They found that Gowon had given too much to Ojukwu. He had given too much to Ojukwu. Can you imagine? Had given too much to Ojukwu. What is the meaning of that?
By agreeing that everybody should be and control. Let them know
they told him not to accept.
Don't you think Western powers were behind the reason why the Aburi Accord failed?
I wouldn't see what would be the real benefit of Western powers. I wouldn't see much benefit.
The benefit there is that they said that was the period that the oil was discovered, the oil boom started. So don't you think the Western powers want to have that control on that oil? That was the reason why they had to influence Gowon on what he did.
I wouldn't think so, because Nigeria was not the only place having oil. Oil was in the Middle East. If Nigeria was the only place, you can say that's the only source they have.
So if I were to categorically, we are trying to say that Western powers were not the one that influenced Gowon.
No, I don't think it's Western power. I don't think the influence was overwhelming. I don't think so. Why? I believe that it was the same Nigerian conspiracy, the same selfishness, the same greediness of these PAMSECs. They told us, they had interview that they felt they had given too much. So, it was to protect their own ego.
So what they wanted to achieve by saying,
they wanted to, they say, look, like, they say, how can a part be dictating to the whole? It was just ego. How can it be one man? What he says is what we're going to do. He's just ruling over one part of a nation. We have the 3/4 of the nation. What can he do?
How is it?
Because 3/4 of what you come to a negotiation. You come with your own 10 points. I come with my own 10 points. We agree on my own 9 or 7. And I agreed on 2 or 3 of your own.
Oh, I see.
So Ojukwu had a predominant, the logic of Ojukwu, his persuasive power, convinced Gowon that his own position was superior. Without undue influence. But when he now went back, the people around him,
and they were north and west, that were those people.
They were, yes, now, because it was a war. It was a quarrel between the west, the east, and the rest of. As I told you, part of the reasons that this coup was carried out was to make Awolowo the prime minister. Part of the coup, beyond fighting corruption and the poor leadership of Tafawa Balewa, they wanted to bring Awolowo, who was imprisoned by Tafawa Balewa, to become the prime minister. That was part of their reasons. So eventually, and you know where they sent Awolowo? He was sent to Calabar prison through the work of Zik, because Zik was still the president. So he made sure Awolowo was sent, because if he had been sent to North, they probably would have killed him. So it was in Calabar, which was part of the eastern Nigeria, that became an allure for him. So he accepted. So when this issue of should we accept Aburi or not, this was same Awolowo, who before this time, he went to the east, met Ojukwu, met Okpara, and then he spoke there. It was in the Nigerian outlook. If the east goes, the west will go. The west will follow. That if the east was allowed to secede, they will also go. So one of them Peters, even the east had to stand their ground. the Abure Accord fell apart, the Nigerian now said, okay, the way it is going, what next do we do?